Hello besties, and welcome back to my channel. For today we're gonna do a little bit different. Last video we picked our TBR by in our little card we have books that were wrapped, so we picked 4 books out of that, and I mean 4 numbers. We did 2 at a time just so I could pick so I can just choose what I wanted, but we did 2 numbers at a time so I can see what the mood I was in or whatever. But this time we're gonna do a little bit different to pick our books for this video. We are bringing the TBR jar back. It's been a while, but we are not gonna choose 4 prompts first. We're gonna do 1 and then choose a book and then read it and then come back, choose another one, read it, and come back, and like that. I don't know if I'm going to do 3 or 4 books in this video, but depending on the length and how long it takes me to read them, maybe that's what I'm going to do. I'm so sorry, I am out of breath. This is what I'm going to be choosing from. This is my TBR. That's why we're standing right now. I'm moving around because it's in the air. Excuse the mess here. But this is what we're going to choose our books from. And we're going to pick a prompt from the TBR jar. And we have quite a TBR list right now. But anyways, let's get started. And let's see what we are going to read. My hand doesn't fit in there. Okay, we got the first prompt. Let's see. Ooh! Okay. A romance book. I love that. So basically, this is all my romance. These are like my fantasy, horror, thrillers, anything that's not romance, basically. And these are just books that they're mixed. They're just up there, they're mixed. But this is all my romance, basically. And basically from here, what I love, down to Leather and Lark, those are like my 2nd or 3rd books to a series. So those are not going to be chosen yet. But anything from here and out, and like this, and over here, I can choose anything from there. Let me look what I have, what I want to read, and then I'll come back and show you guys. So I kind of went through and saw what I wanted to read and kind of looked at all the books. And I have 2. So if you guys know me, you guys know that I am a big Formula 1 fan. Love me some Formula 1. Today is the first day of Formula 1. Well, the first day of racing, because we already had the practices. They already did the qualifications last night. So today is basically the first day of racing in Australia. I think the race starts like at 9. So I have 2 books that they have to do with racing. The first one's Cross the Line by Simone Soltani. And the second one is Fast and Reckless by Amanda Weaver. Look at these covers. I have no idea what these are about. When I first bought them, there was like a section of all the like F1 racing books and stuff. And I saw these. Actually, I bought 2 of her books without noticing, which this is a series, and this is the first book in the series, and I have the 2nd book in the series, and I didn't even notice that it was a series. Like, I was going through my Goodreads, and I was adding all my books to my Goodreads, and that's how I noticed that it was a series. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I have the first book. I do, which I'm excited. But let's read what they're about, and then let's pick what I want to read. This one says, her brother's best friend sets her heart racing in the sparkling Formula 1 romance. Okay. I already like that. Formula 1 driver Dev Anderson's career is on the line. After a social media disaster leaves him an angry teen and sponsored during to jump ship, he needs someone to help save his image. At a party in Monaco, he bumps into the woman who can fix it all. There's just one problem. She's his best friend's little sister. Okay, maybe there's another problem. He kissed her last year and hasn't been able to stop thinking about it since. Recent college grad, Willow Williams needs a job. She may have a talent for seeing the bright side of bad situations, but it's hard to stay positive when she's struggling to get hired. So when Deb offers a temporary solution, she can't help but say yes, even if it means ignoring the crush she's had on him since childhood. Willow and Deb are determined to keep things strictly professional regardless of old feelings and the blazing chemistry between them, but in the glittering and high-stakes world of Formula 1, some lines are meant to be crossed. Oh my god, this sounds so good. Now let's read the other one and see what the other one says. He's the one man she can't have. Mara Wentworth knows Will Hawley is trouble. Even if he revs her engine, flirting with the handsome new driver on her father's Formula 1 team is not in the cards. Mara has sworn off on track romance after a teenage mistake cost her everything. Now she has a chance to win back her spot in F1 as a team assistant, and she's not going to let any She's not going to let one cheeky bad boy drive a girl. Get in her way. Can't wait to him. She is the one woman he wants. After his party boy antics nearly blew up his racing career, Will is finally back in the driver's seat and determined to get onto the podium. He likes to think he's reformed, but with one look, all about his daughter, he's willing to risk it all. As a heat builds between Mira and Will, their chemistry deepens into something more, but when the ugly events in the past come to call their fragile new relationship is put to the test, can Mira and Will's love cross the finish line? Ooh. They both sound so good, but I'm honestly leaning a little bit more towards this one. This one just got me excited to read, and there's a second book to it, and I think the second book is The Marriage of Convenience, so I'm like literally want to read this and get the second book. And I don't know if it has more than 2 books, but I need to look into the series a little bit more. They both sound amazing. Maybe I can do this one another prom that comes out. I don't know. If you have any more F1 romance books that you know and you love, put them down in the comments, because I love me F1 and I want to read everything about it. So this one's going to be the book for this first prom. And then once I'm done, I'm going to come talk to you guys and like update you a little bit, but little how I'm liking the book and stuff. And then we'll come back and choose our next prom and our next book. Well, let's go get reading, and I'll come and update you guys in a little bit. So a little update, besties. I am on chapter 12, which is page 118 of Cross the Line. I am really liking this. I started reading this last night, like at 8, I think, and I got to at least 20% of the book. And I just started reading again this morning, and I'm like 30% into this, which I really do like this. I'm enjoying this so much. Like I said, if you know me, you know I love F1, and this book has a lot of like obviously F1 references because it is an F1 book, a romance. But a lot of the times when they talk about, oh, it's like a golf romance or this, they don't really talk about anything that has to do with like sport, which this does. And I am very familiar with the locations where F1 takes and a lot of the like phrases, like wording and stuff. So I am loving this. I am enjoying this so much. I think at the beginning, yes, it tells you the Formula One schedule, which I love, which is obviously not the real one. But I am loving every single moment of it. Basically, we start off, he is driving and he has an accident because he's thinking of a memory or something. Not a memory. Well, yes, a memory. Something that had just happened. But this is a brother's best friend. But we don't know why they're so, like, you know how a brother's best friend, like, nobody, they don't want to tell a brother because he's going to get mad. Well, there's a big reason why they kind of want to stay away from each other, because of the brother getting mad over it. And we don't find out until like a little bit later on in the book. But like I said at the beginning, he's like thinking of something that had just happened, and so that triggers him to get into like this car accident. We go into him having a bad image, and then him just firing his PR person. I think it's called PR if I'm not mistaken. She gets an opportunity to go into the races, or to go see the races, and then she gets also a job opportunity by him, by the MMC, which his name is Dev, and the FMC, her name is Willow. I'm like, what is her name? So we see them, they start like working together, but we also know that there have been feelings since like for a long time from both of their parts, but they really haven't done anything about it. So that's basically where I left off, where they start working together. They did ask the brother like if it was okay for them to work together because of the past things that I really don't want to spoil it much, but some past things that happened with one of his friends, and he was like, yeah, that's fine, you know, I was so dumb that I didn't even think about it first. But it's like we go into this, I don't know, it's just really, it's really nice. All I'm gonna say, the chapters are pretty long. I've been reading on my Kindle because I've been laying down, but it's like a 20, some of them are 20 minutes, some of them are like 14, 15 minutes long, but then some of them are like 5. But they do have, there is some long chapters, but I don't mind it because of how good the book is so far. I don't think it's going to be a 5-star book, honestly, even if I wish I could give it a 5-star because of the F1 references and everything. That's what I'm loving more about this. We do have a race this weekend, which is the Japan one. No, the China one. The China one. It is at 1 in the morning, but we got this. But I am loving this book so far, and I cannot wait to get into the other ones. And there's 3 in the series, and I do have the second one. I do need to go buy the third one so I can have the series completed, and I'm really, really excited to read this. This is, to me, Simone Sultani is a new author. I literally just went to Barnes to just browse, and I saw a lot of these F1 books, and I got 3 of them, which I didn't know 2 of them were in the series, but I got 3 of them, and I can't wait to read them all because yo girl loves Formula 1. But anyways, I'm gonna continue reading, and I will come and update you guys when I have an update. Hello besties, it is the next day. I literally just opened my eyes like 2 hours ago. I got up from bed like maybe an hour ago, maybe 30 minutes, I don't even know. I already had breakfast. That's why I look a little crusty right now. I'm so tired. I have not been sleeping great. I am to that point where I can't sleep anymore. I'm like laying down and I'm just moving around because I can't get comfortable. My neck hurts, my back hurts. Baby won't stop kicking. So I'm like so tired. So I am 80% done with this book. This is all I have left to read. My goal is to read it right now, to like just sit here and finish this book. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do that because I'm a little tired, so maybe I might take a little nap, who knows. So I'm gonna attempt to read this. I am very loving this book. Like I said, Formula 1, a lot of it, like it has to do a lot with Formula 1. Like yes, we talk about the romance, and then that's like parts where he is talking about the team and how I think he's with the team from Texas, so from the United States, and basically the owner, I think the CEO of it, not the owner but the CEO, like the guy who runs it, he is sabotaging him because he has his son there. I don't know if it's, I think his son is, I don't know if it's seat 1 or 2. Basically he's sabotaging him, and he, you know, is trying to get out of that team to get to other ones, but he is not doing that great. So they're trying, that's why he hired Willow to, you know, his be his PR lady, to get him better looking in the business. So they're trying. Oh, and also one thing I love about this book, it is spicy, but you don't get to the spice until like almost 80% into this book, which I really do like, because there's books where there's like spice and then like in the beginning or maybe in the middle of the book, and it's like, and then you just get a lot of that, like a lot of the spice, and again and again. So no, this book, yes, they have like explicit words like about like basically you know that there's spice in this book because of the way they talk, but you don't get to that till like almost the end of the book, which I do like. And like I said, 80%, I haven't gotten to anything else. Like if they're gonna have more spice in it, I haven't gotten to that part yet, so I wouldn't know. But honestly, I told you guys that I don't think this is gonna be a 5 stars, but it could be a 5 stars depending all on the ending. I will let you guys know once I'm done reading it, which I'm gonna just sit right now and read. I'm gonna try to finish it right now, but like I said, I'm just so tired. So we will see where we get. Alright, so I finally finished Cross the Line by Simone Sultani. Loved every single moment of this book. I am giving this book a 5 stars. Every single moment, everything about this was just wonderful. I loved like the F1 reference, like I told you guys, but it wasn't like I love the fact that it had like their love story, but it also had his F1 career story. So it was like they were telling both of the stories in one, and that's what I really like, that she actually talked about F1 and like all the different things in it, not just like, oh, he's an F1 racer and you know that's it. No, she talked about like the races, where they were at, where they started in Monaco, and the summer break that they have, and the different teams, and like everything, some of the rules, the sabotaging that happens sometimes in the teams and stuff like that. So I really did love that about this book, and I am really excited to continue the series, which, like I mentioned, there's only 2 more books in the series, but yeah, I really, 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 really did like this. And going in blind, an author that you've never read or heard about before, that's what happened to me with her. I'm just like, okay, love it. I love that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the second prompt. Let's see what we get. What book we get, or not book, but what prompt we get to get the book. Let's see. Last time we got a romance. This time is, oh, my sister picks a book. So I'm gonna choose between 2 books, or yeah, 2 books, and I'm gonna send my sister the pictures, and then I'll let her pick. So I chose between How Does It Feel, the Infatuated Faye Book 1 series by Jania O'Reilly, and Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes. This is a book of the month. I've had it for a while, but really, like, book of the month, I just kind of stick them in the shelf and never look into them. But I had her choose between these 2, and she chose this one, which I'm really excited to read. I did read her, what's that one romance book? Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. Me Before You, and I really do like that movie and the book. But let's see. This is my second book from her. Haven't read another book. I haven't finished the series, which I do want to continue. But we're gonna be reading for our next book of this vlog, Someone Else's Shoes. I have no idea what this book is about. Let's see. It says, who are you when you are forced to walk in someone else's shoes? Nisha, Cantor, and Sam Kent are two very different women. Nisha lived the glovering life of the series wealthy until her husband inexplicably announced he wanted a divorce and cut her off entirely. Nisha is a glamorous, fearless, and determined to hang on to life she has created for herself. But in the meantime, she must scramble to adjust to an entirely new landscape. She doesn't even have the shoes she was until the moment ago standing in. That's because Sam, at the bleakest point of her life, has accidentally taken Nisha's gym bag. But Sam hardly has time to worry about something as petty as a lost bag. She's struggling to keep herself out of work husband. Her out of work husband and her sarcastic teenage daughter afloat. Or is it petty? When she tries on Nisha's 6-inch high Christian Louboutin red crocodile shoes for a series of important meetings, the unexpected results give her a jolt of confidence that makes her realize something must change, and that thing is herself. When the 2 women finally meet, they will discover that each needs the other to put right the wrong and that had been done to them, and the woman around them, from Nisha, enterprising colleague Jasmine to Sam's steadfast best friend Andrea. Actually sounds really good. So I will update you guys a little bit when I'm a little bit more in this book, but it sounds really good. It sounds like it's gonna be exciting. Hopefully no DNF, because I already have my first DNF of the year. Go watch my last video so you can see what that is, but I will update you guys when I have a little update on this. So besties, update. I started reading this book yesterday. I took the dust cover off, but Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes. I am about 60% done with this. I honestly did not think I was gonna like this book. This is a woman's fiction. I thought it was like a romance, but it's not. It's a woman's fiction book. Honestly, I'm enjoying the whole thing. I don't think it's gonna be a 5 stars, but I need to finish it to let you guys know how I feel about it, or how I feel about the ending. It's really good. It's like, the only thing I don't like about this so far is that we're in different POVs, but the thing is that it doesn't tell us. Like, it's just chapter 1, chapter 2. And so you kind of have to figure out whose POV it is. Because I think it's like Sam's POV and then Nisha's POV. And then I think Sam's husband, if I'm not mistaken. But I know it's like different POVs. And Sam's husband's like, sometimes he has his own POV, sometimes he doesn't. So it's like confusing at times. But it's really, really good. Basically, it is what technically the title is someone else's shoes. They go to the same gym. I think they get the bags mixed up. She has some red bottom Louis Vuitton. I don't know. They're supposed to be like expensive, really cute. And then she has sandals in her shoes. I mean, in her bag. And then she had the Nisha is married to this like millionaire. She comes from like nothing, and so then he cuts her off out of nowhere. He just kind of like cuts her off. No money, no clothes, no nothing, like nothing. She absolutely has nothing. So she starts like working at the hotel where he's staying at, so he can go, so she can go into the like the suite that they were staying at and get her stuff. But then she like finds a friend. She starts working as like a housekeeper, and she finds a friend, and then she kind of like starts living the life like her by herself, kind of figuring things out by herself. So that's kind of where we are at so far. And then Sam's life is like kind of like she has a job and everything, and then she finds the Louis Vuitton and she basically, the shoes give her confidence. She puts them on, and the shoes and the Coach jacket, they give her confidence, and she's like thriving at her job. Her boss is really mean to her, and so she's like frustrated with her situation at home. There's something at home going on, and then so she becomes like friends with this guy at work. He kind of motivates her to go to the gym and go boxing, and to like take all the frustration she has out in boxing. So that's where we kind of are at right now. And yeah, so I'm really excited to finish this book, which like I said, I didn't even think I was gonna like it, but my sister made a good choice. She did. And so I'm gonna keep on reading, and I'll update you guys. I might finish this tomorrow. I don't think I'll finish this today, but I do want to get to at least 70% done, 80, we'll see. But I really do like it. Alright, besties, it's time to choose our next prompt to see what our next book is gonna be. A book with your least favorite color in the cover. I don't know about my least favorite color. I don't know, my favorite color is pink. What could be I think it would be probably like orange, yellow-ish. But I don't see anything on there. I could say orange or yellow. Those are like my least favorite colors. But let me check, and I will come back with the options that I have. If I have any, if not, I'll have to pick another prompt. Okay, I have 4 options. 2 yellow and 2 orange. The first one, this is like more like a light orange, is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. I've had this for a really long time already, and I'm always putting it off because I've heard so many negative reviews. The movie, I like it. It was good, but I don't know about the book. The next one is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Wren. I heard so many good reviews about this, but I've also been putting it off. I had it on my TBR maybe twice already, and I don't know why I haven't finished it. The next 2 are the yellow ones. I have Scythe, I think that's what it's called, by Neil Schusterman. I've heard so many positive reviews about this, and that's like literally the only reason I picked this book up, because I think this is sci-fi if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not really a sci-fi girly. And then the last one, which is another yellow, is Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonin Young. I heard so many positive reviews about this. I don't know, I've honestly I think this blog I've read my romance already, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I've only read two books, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it, and then I'll come back and talk to you guys, see what I chose. But I'm really leaning towards this one because I've heard so many positive reviews about this, and I really want to read this. So maybe we'll do this one, but I'll think about it and then I'll come back to you guys. All right, so the book I decided to go with is Out on a Limb by Hannah Boden Young. Really excited to read this, and I've heard nothing but positive reviews, like I said. And then we can probably go buy the next one. But I really do want to read this one. And yeah, so I will update you guys when I start reading this and how it goes. All right, I have an update for you guys on Out on a Limb. I have been binge reading this since yesterday. I am about 60-ish% done with this on page 226. I'm eating this book up so much. Like, love it. I'm not going to spoil anything. Everything that I talk about is kind of in the blurb of the book. But they basically have like a one-night stand and she gets pregnant. And then from there, they kind of, you know, she tells them, hey, I'm pregnant, your dad, or whatever. And then they're kind of like, they're kind of like getting to know each other. But she does move in with him for the baby at this point, and they're kind of getting to know each other. I want to say that they're gonna, you know, fall in love, and I don't know, but I know they're gonna fall in love. It's like typical romance book, but I've never read a book with pregnancy in it, and I honestly loved it. I mean, obviously I'm expecting two, so it's kind of cute. But the way, like when she talks about her experiences, I'm like, girl, yeah, me too. Like, yep, I went through that too. I'm almost done with my pregnancy. I am actually 30 weeks pregnant now. I have about 9 to 10 weeks to go because I think I talked to you guys about me being induced. So yeah, I'm so excited. I really love this book. I want to say that I might finish this today. I'm not sure. I am going to go babysit today. So I don't know if I'll be able to read. I do want to finish it today. I hope I can. It is such a quick read, and I am enjoying this, every single moment of it. I did not know that she was also like disabled, because at the beginning I did read something about her having what's it called? I think she was kind of like not laughing or making fun of his leg, but he was kind of like, oh, one-legged pirate or something like that. And she did say something to him, and she was like, okay, you can make fun of my hand, and she pulled it out. But I didn't know that it was like one of those small hands until like a little bit into the book. I don't know if I was not paying attention to that or I missed it or what. But then yeah, I found out that she also has a disability like him. I don't think we know yet how he lost his leg. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this book a lot. So I'm gonna sit down and read a little bit more right now. I have been going between the audio and the book. I cannot get this book on Libby at all. Like it is, everybody's reading it. It says I'm next in line, but that's been like a week. So I've been reading on the book, and that I kind of like, I love reading on the books, but when I want to lay down or I want to do something, that's when I bring my Kindle out. So it makes it easier. And then the same with the last book, the Someone Else's Shoes, that's a hardback, so those are heavy. And right now my hands, my bones, they hurt a lot because of the pregnancy, and so it was hard to like hold that book, and I cannot find that book either Kindle or Libby had like a 2-week hold, but I finished it before 2 weeks. So yeah, that's why I use my Kindle a lot right now, because either I want to lay down or the books are just too heavy to open, like to have them open with my hands. So that's why you're gonna see me use my Kindle a lot. Not that I don't want to hold the book, it's just my fingers hurt. Like, I don't know if it's like pregnancy carpal tunnel or what it is, but ever since I got pregnant, my hands, my fingers, like my bones hurt, like with my toes. So we're gonna read, and I will update you either when I'm done with the book or when there's like another update to give you, because like I said, I'm binge reading this book and nobody around me right now. Like, my world is the book right now. I do have to leave in like in 3 hours, so I have 3 hours to read. Okay, I remember. We already know how he lost his leg. I totally forgot about that part, but I read something that kind of reminded me about it. And yes, we find out why he lost his leg, but I don't want to talk about it because that's like a big spoiler. Update. I finally finished On a Limb. Loved it. Absolutely amazing book. Gave it 5 stars. I love this. I think my favorite part about this is that it's not like a typical romance where, you know, they fall in love, they get together, and then they break up for some reason. This was such a different ending and so different from what, like, every romance I've read. It was so fast paced. I read this so quick too. So I absolutely loved it. Loved the whole pregnancy, you know, one night stand pregnancy or whatever it is. But I love this book. Now I heard there's a second one that's like a book series. It's in this world, I think. So I want to read that. I don't remember the name of it, but I need to look into it and I need to get it and read it like now, because if I love this one, I really hope I love the other one too. All right, besties, is that time again to pick our last prom and last book. Let's see, let's shake it up real good. Let's see what we get. A book that became a movie. I am not sure if I've had anything like that right now, but I will look and see what I have and then I'll come back to you guys. But I don't know if I have anything, a book that oh, I think I do. But let me look and see, maybe 1 or 2, but let me look and see and I'll come back and show you guys. Okay, so I did find 2, which I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite movies. I already watched the movie before I even read the book, but it's called P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. Such a beautiful movie. It makes me cry every time I watch this. Love, 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 love. And the next book is A Man Called Ove by Frederick Backman. I absolutely love the movie. I didn't even know there was a book, but I think the movie is called A Man Called... Oh, I can't remember the name. It's a different name. It's not this one. I don't know. If I remember the name of the movie, I'll put it somewhere on the screen. But I am between these 2, and I think, honestly, I feel like I've already read too much romance right now. So for this vlog, I think I'm gonna do A Man Called Ove. I've heard so many positive reviews about this author. I want to get to read, like, I want to start reading more of his books because I've heard nothing but good things about his books. So I'm super excited. I know the movie has made me cry so much when I watched it. But I don't know how the book's gonna be. I'm just gonna, I guess this is gonna be our last book of the vlog, and I'm gonna get to reading and I will come back and talk to you guys about this book when I have an update. I'm really, really, really excited about this. I have already started reading this and I'm like almost 40% into this book. I want to be done with at least 50 tonight so I can do the other 50 tomorrow. I am liking it. I was reading it and I wanted to watch the movie. The movie is called A Man Called Otto. So they like literally changed the name. And some of the characters' names are changed in the movie too. I don't know where this book is based off in here, but the movie is based off here in the United States. So I love the movie. I don't know if it's because of my hormones, but I was crying through like basically the whole thing. But I loved it. And so I was reading it earlier and I'm tired. I'm kind of tired. I don't know. I've been going to sleep really late and then waking up really early. So I'm like reading and I'm falling asleep. So I just got up because I was on the couch. I went to the room and I was like, I'm gonna take a little nap, and instead I put the movie on. So and then yeah, I decided to watch the movie and put a pause to it, and right now I was walking on my walking pad, and I read a little bit more, and I am really liking it. It's like we go into a little bit more in depth in the book. Obviously, we go back and forth in his life so far of when, like, he's like 16, 14, 16, no, 16 until like he's 18, and then when he meets his wife, and then we kind of go back, like, back and forth of like his present time and meeting his new neighbors, and like going back in time to where he gets his job. I don't know, like, I don't really want to talk about it because it's going to spoil it if you haven't seen the movie or read the book, which it is. The movie obviously is a little bit different from the book because we don't get a lot of the, like, his life before his wife and stuff. I do like that about the book so far. It's just like back and forth in the book, and he's obviously a very grumpy man. And so far I am in chapter, I stopped in the middle of the chapter 12, a man who was old and one day he had enough. And I don't know if you read the book, you know who Tom is, and I'm tired of Tom. So we learn that they never fight. His family never fights. And every time he's mad, he just kind of puts his fist to the side. So I'm really hoping this time he hits him in the face or something, because I'm so tired of Tom. So hopefully, hits Tom in the face. I'm really waiting for that, but I am going to continue reading, and I will come update you guys when I am, maybe tomorrow, because I don't think I'm going to come back today. I'm going to go to my room and just lay in bed and read. I wish Libby had this available, but they didn't. 7 weeks. I'm guessing this is a very popular book. And like I said, when I'm laying down, I like being on my on my Kindle. Easier, but I will come and update you guys and let you know how I'm feeling about this. So, update, I finally finished A Man Called Ove, or Ove. I'm not sure how you say that name. I loved it. Like, I don't even have to explain this book. It's just basically his life. From, like, it kind of goes from, like, back and forth, his past, his present. And really, really, really liked it. I think the beginning was kind of slow for me, but I think it was because I've already seen the movie. I was kind of expecting it to start how the movie did, but it started a little different. There is a lot of differences between the movie and the book. They're not that of a difference, but there's a little bit of like a difference from it. From like scenes from the movie to the book. Really, like I said, I really, really liked it. I think my score would be a 4.5 for it. Like I said, the beginning was kind of slow for me. This is the first time ever reading one of his books first, and this kind of book. I think this is like a... So this is a literal fiction book, and I think this is my first one I've ever read, if I'm not mistaken, and I did like it. It's a little different to what I usually read. I usually read either fantasy, thriller, mystery, or romance, which is romance and fantasy are like my main ones. But I really did like it, and I do want to get into more of his books. So for this video, we had a romance. We did our TBR was picked by the prompt jar, and the first one was a romance, which we read Cross the Line by Simone Sultani. She loved. 5 stars for this one. The second one was Your Sister Picks a Book. And we read Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes, which I gave this a 4.5. And then the next one was A Book with Your Least Favorite Color on the Cover, which was Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonin Young, which I adore this book. I also gave it a 5 stars. And then obviously the last one was a book that became a movie, which I picked, A Man Called Ove, or Ove by Frederick Backman, which the movie is called A Man Called Otto. So Otto? Yeah, Otto. So Loved it. Those were the books that we read. 4 books in this blog. Like I said, I'm really excited that I'm back into reading. Love that I'm doing more of these videos. And yeah, so unfortunately we have come to the end of the video. And thank you so much for watching and for sticking around. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.